Welcome to 401k Masters. I'm Matthew Grishman. I'd like to share a personal story about one of the bumpiest flights I ever took with my wife Amy and my oldest son Miles about 14 years ago. We were traveling from Minneapolis to Seattle. For the entire flight, Miles, my infant son, was screaming his head off. Amy was sick and feeling absolutely awful. And because of all the turbulence, we were forced to buckle our seatbelts and just sit still, just hoping the pilots would find some smoother air and we'd reach our destination okay. All I wanted to do was get up and comfort my son by walking him up and down the aisle, but no. We were glued to our seats because the pilots decided to stay the course. By the time we landed in Seattle, Amy and I were absolutely spent. The people sitting around us were spent. Not only did they have to endure the turbulence we had to endure, they also had to withstand the pain of listening to my infant son scream at the top of his little lungs for 3.5 straight hours. In my not-so-sane mind, I felt as though the pilots simply put the plane on autopilot and flew directly through the storm of the decade, completely ignoring air traffic control and this instrument panel sitting on their dashboard. Why couldn't they just adjust the altitude a bit? Or better yet, if the storm was too big, just land the plane until the storm passed. At least then we would have been able to stretch our legs and settle down our baby. Have you ever experienced a flight like my flight from hell? I tell this personal story and risk my wife giving me some grief about rehashing this miserable memory because it makes me think about retirement savers and the plight they face every day as they fly their 401k on autopilot, hoping to land safely at their destination. If I can help a few people free themselves up from feeling overwhelmed and afraid, I'll take a little grief from Amy for telling you the story. For overwhelmed families hoping to retire comfortably, 401k Masters is the best online tool for systematic, customized advice for their most important retirement assets. Unlike the big Wall Street firms, we get you. The 401k Masters online GPS tool was built to help guide you as you pilot your retirement savings. The GPS tool will give you turn-by-turn instructions on exactly what to own inside your specific company-sponsored plan. What makes our tool incredibly unique is that it's designed to instruct you when it's time to throttle down and be fully invested, adjust your altitude and move partly to cash, or make an emergency landing and move immediately and completely to cash. Are you tired of riding the market turbulence up and down, hoping it all works out one day? Are you tired of flying on autopilot and wish there was a better way to manage the turbulence inside your 401k? If you answered yes to either of these questions, you must visit our website at www.401kmasters.com. Take that first step toward a smoother retirement flight plan. You can take charge of your flight plan. You can retire on your terms. We're here to show you how. To this day, Amy is no fan of air travel. If I could only promise her that airline pilots won't rely on autopilot to fly us through storms, we may actually get to travel and see the whole world. Until then, I can make that promise to you and your 401k. Visit www.401kmasters.com to learn more about taking your retirement plan off autopilot once and for all.